streaming. It's gone
Hello
from.
there, viewers. Silent Service here, back with another episode. This is part 3 to the Fleet Building Challenge, and this is yet again me working on the Golden Hind, which I'm actually going to do something a bit different with the current
Seriously, you
footage.
called it Golden Hind?
You forgot the last episode, didn't you?
80% yes.
Yeah, I called this ship Golden Hind.
Why?
It's
I
just
seem
the
to
first thing
find
I...
your
It's
I
just the
seem
first
to
thing...
find your creativity not lacking, but somehow over the top, if I may say so
And
myself.
it's something that represents importance in British Royal Naval history, or naval history in general, not just with the Royal Navy.
What?
Golden Hind was the first British vessel and the first vessel to circumnavigate the globe with the person in charge of the missions surviving,
Okay.
as although Magellan and his expedition did do the first ever circumnavigation of the globe, Magellan himself did not survive, being killed during an ambush by tribals, I believe it was.
But he still did the circumnavigation thing, so yeah, not really.
His crew did, but he didn't himself. He didn't make it fully.
Yes, that means his crew are the first people to circumnavigate the globe, not some other random shit which came after it. Um, then we mount this gun on here.
But yeah, Drake's expedition is the first circumnavigation of the globe where the actual expedition leader survived.
Great, that's not as special as the first person to actually circumnavigate the world. Doesn't have the ring and razzmatazz that the other one had.
There was actually technically on Magellan's voyage someone who'd circumnavigated the globe, because there was someone there that was originally on the ships from the area that Magellan and his crew were originally heading to.
Okay.
And the way that Magellan used to get to there, which was going via the tip of South America, actually led to him, via technicalities, being the first person to circumnavigate the globe. Okay, and then funnels next. For viewers of the stream, as you would see, yet again, my importance on how superstructures are made is yet again being shown. No, it
You
isn't.
mean you mean how you basically cannot make good superstructures? Yes, yes, that is being shown right now. Bravo. I wonder how you can bear such ridiculing. Really, like seriously, how can you bear that kind of thing? Honestly, Control say. Thifk, thifk, thifk.
and then anti-aircraft weaponry platform. Well, partly anti-aircraft weaponry platform, part of it might be aircraft launching, and the funnels I'm going to have separated at the forward section and the after section of that. And then that can go, and then this can be moved further back. And then this forward area here between where the barbette ends and there is going to be where the crane and lifeboat system is going to be on this ship.
You poor thing, you have to install cranes and lifeboat systems.
What? What's wrong with installing lifeboats to your ship?
Well, here's the thing, you're using space for, like... Please tell me at least that you can get rid of those boats and stuff while you're in combat. Please tell me that at least. Because if you can't remove your... Look, the thing is, you'll need a lot of space for your combat equipment, and if you just use all of it just to keep your crew safe, well, let's say it this way:
the only bit that
the guns are going to have the guns are not going to have a good day.
The only bit that's going to be filled with lifeboats is just to the aft of the main forward barbette area, and then just forward of the main superstructure. And
Okay.
they should only really be used when the ship's already sinking, so it wouldn't really, with the crane going over, wouldn't really affect the secondary batteries because they would already be stopped being used by the point that the abandoned ship has been called.
Although in desperate times, I don't know. Personally, I just make sure my cranes don't get in the way of my guns.
Which mine don't. Mine don't until it's by the point the ship's already sinking and is no longer a valid fighting unit.
What do you declare as a non-valid fighting unit? That is the kind of thing, though. Like, is it the ship can't... Oh, what's a good example? I think the Bismarck can be a good example. Is the ship not capable of, staying over water? Is it a ship which cannot...
For me, it would be when the ship is unable to either fire at the enemy or get away from the enemy.
Okay, that means if I were to chase a ship of yours and I theoretically, let's go and say theoretically, I have gotten you in a move where basically two of my ships are coming from both sides, like a pincer move. One is on your port side, one is on your starboard side. Does that count as a lost ship?
It would really be dependent on the commander in charge of whether or not he wants to try and risk an escape or be more concerned about the safety of his crew.
Okay, so it's basically just demander's decision.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, it's not a bad idea. It's not a great idea either. It's just my opinion. It has a lot of flaws with it. Let's say it this way. Let's put it that way.
Mm.
Lot of flaws.
Especially if the commander is killed before he
Okay,
can give any
I
orders.
did not think about that part of the thing, but yeah, that too. If your commander gets killed, that is generally already seen as game over for anybody.
Yeah.
Donk.
Although in the normal doctrine, like this is going into a bit of roleplay here,
Yeah.
I've had it ordered that the guns are to fire if the crew can think that they can safely, until the crew think it's too unsafe for them to fire if the ship is sinking.
To be honest, I think the best kind of ship is a ship which needs not 0 to no crew.
True.
If you can
Which,
have a ship which is already, for the most part, not needing any kind of crew, then theoretically you do not need to risk any more dangers.
it would be much easier for us in the basically fleet building challenge part 2 where we have to modernize our entire fleet because we can reduce the amount of crew via adding in closing weapon systems which only require like some crew members on a remote control.
Do you know what I just generally do? My guns are automatic. The whole reloading system is done via a computer. And that is World War II technology, so that starts from like
Yeah,
World War
like,
II onwards. So I can implement that technology from the beginning, from the get-go. It's like
and
if gun gets knocked out, I just replace it.
some
It's
of
not that
my
hard.
some of my ships are indeed autoloaders, like Inspector, and the planned secondary for the Golden.
You have to be careful though because World War II, autoloaders were a thing which came, or rapid firing autoloaders were a thing which came a little bit later.
Yeah,
Autoloaders themselves were already there, kind of, sort
like
of.
most notable example would be the Des Moines for me of autoloaders.
They are the most, I think, known common one, but if we're talking about one, the Worcester class, next to the Des Moines, which was a heavy cruiser the Americans designed,
Although the
the light cruiser Worcester.
okay, right,
Uh,
I've gotten the boats I'm going to use as lifeboats.
and I mean, like, the amount of AA they put on that thing was questionable to insane to. This is going to take every kamikaze's life before they could even hit anything.
Please note, viewers, these two side boats here could theoretically be reached by the crane if the crews are creative with the way that they operate the winches. Like
Creative.
if they have enough slack, they could with the crane at the full angle to the outboard side of the ship it's at, pull it so that the hook reaches the hooks that are on the boats.
Negative 6.75. Shift D. Then we move it.
Hold on a second.
1.5.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to
2. 225. Okay, 1. 2, 4. Okay. So that's going to be my range finding platform. That I'm going to slap on the rangefinder and then should work. 50, there we go. 15.
And then move this thing to there, and then mirror. Oh wait, I'm gonna have to move that to there. Then back. Up to the same level. And viewers, please just imagine that there are wooden planks here that are
Why don't you
keeping
put
me-
those wooden planks yourself? Seriously.
God. Okay, I'll give that a try.
Actually, don't do that. I know you won't like it at all. Don't do it. It will be torture for you.
Yeah, viewers, just imagine that wooden planks are there to hold the boats up. Hold the floating boats up.
Wow, see, he's so lazy, he will just go with the flow. We'll go with the flow.
So yeah, you'd have to use your imagination on that. Maybe when I eventually improve on my shipbuilding, I might...
I generally take these challenges as a good opportunity to work on my shipbuilding quality, to finesse my shipbuilding
And
techniques.
this is helping me a bit because it's
How your superstructure hasn't
building, not the superstructure. But
okay, good. At least something we can improve on.
But yeah, maybe when I improve, I might go back through older designs and...
Believe me, you do not want to go back to older designs and mess around with them. Actually, no. Actually, in your case, it's fine. You just have to... How am I supposed to put this? You would take your ship and you would take it apart and then redo it from scratch again. Believe me, not a thing you want to do. Not at all. I was looking at my Envy once and I was so tempted to redo it. But then I thought, nah, not a good idea. It isn't a good idea. Don't risk it. Yeah, and then this.
Right.
This.
Lifeboats in place with their imaginary wooden planks. Oh wait, no, they're using a special type of wood that camouflages with the environment.
Ha ha ha. Very, very funny.
Just like the deck is.
Excuses! More excuses! Too many excuses!
You make too
See,
many
this is-
excuses.
Yes, but I don't make excuses when it comes to building a ship, When it comes to shipbuilding, I take it very seriously. When it comes to building something technologically wise, it is no excuse. It is hands on deck, full on
Right,
combat mode, red alert, who cares? I don't know.
Hold on a second. I'm gonna have to look through those decoration packs later. Would you think it's a good idea to add in at some point on this thing an ASW mortar?
When we are after World War II, yes. During World War II, no.
Okay, I won't add it then. Right. Although in the recent New Jersey video I've seen, they've been found to have been, well, he said they were a bad choice to put on battleships.
Yes, because they are generally not very.
I'm putting paravanes. Oh,
Okay. Here's the thing. Okay, caravans. You put them on every bloody ship you can find. You know why?
because they help with mine clearance.
Yes, because they cut the wires which keep the mines chained to the floor of the ocean. That's why every ship during World War II had these. I think. I don't know. Probably some didn't.
But that's a secondary use for the cranes, of course, until combat happens when they have to be kept in their normal storage placement, so then the secondary guns could work.
Yeah, I generally think you're. I don't know. I'm not going to say anything more, but I just generally feel like if you need to clear out your cranes just to get your secondaries to work, I'm sorry, but that
No,
is.
it'd only be some of them. Not all of them, but some of them would need
Do you know how much some of them means? Like, do you understand the meaning of losing a few secondaries? Do you understand the meaning of that?
Yeah,
Can
could be potentially fatal.
Yes, exactly. That's why I do not want to risk losing some of my secondaries just for some safety measures. I mean, those secondaries could prevent those safety measures from ever having to happen in the first place, you know? It's live or die. It's war. Then we're gonna about this, and then we're going to.
Hold on a second. I'm actually gonna see, with where I'm placing the secondaries, at full... Actually, with where I'm placing the secondaries, the crane wouldn't actually affect the secondaries at all. Like, I'll share to Discord to you.
Yes, because I can literally not see anything.
Yeah, I'll share to Discord for you. If it would come up, that is.
Yep.
Discord is not responding.
To 6.29.
I'm guessing it's not showing.
Nope.
It's showing now. Should be.
Yep.
See,
Yep.
with where
Oh
I'm placing the
my.
secondaries, the crane at maximum swing doesn't even affect its arc.
I worry that you can't even get the boats into water with how far the cranes are positioned from the edge of the hull. Like, as far as I can see, I don't think they will ever make it to the edge of the hull.
Okay, I'm gonna move the cranes a tad bit then.
Also, why are you putting secondaries on secondaries? That's just cursed and never
No,
happened in
that's
real life.
just to show the height for barbetting. Because I'm going to be barbetting the secondaries, so I'm just...
Do you hear everybody? He's going to be bar betting. He's going to be betting on bar bets.
But yeah, even in the new adapted placement I've just put them in, the
Yeah.
cranes at maximum angle that they'd be going outboard for
Just angle.
don't affect the main guns at all. The secondary guns, I mean.
Okay. 2 or 3. No, we're gonna make.
The only
Negative
thing
5
that would be
and 5.
affected would be a small gap in like the secondaries, but that would just be about it. It won't affect their firing arcs at all, as from the location at where the cranes are, your secondary guns wouldn't really be able to fire that direction anyway.
There we go.
But yeah, the secondaries here on the Golden Hind are rapid fires.
I don't think we have rapid fires
Well,
yet.
no, not fully rapid fire, but you know what, autoloaders.
So basically the normal thing. How long? What was the reload time again?
Wasn't it 5 seconds? It's your non-overpowered version of the 5 inches.
Okay, good.
That's all I can definitely say. Yeah, because
If
that's
it,
the overpowered version. The non-overpowered version has a 3-second reload time.
yes, that's fine. Because the gearing guns and World of Warships had like 3.3 seconds reload time. I just decided to round it down to
3.
yeah, because I just didn't feel like really doing it all too detailed.
And then back
Short
to
side.
decorations. Put this mast on top of that one. And then radar. Radar will go on top of the Queen Anne's mansion. There we go, radar in place.
Shift D. Let's go. Negative. There we go. And we click this and we delete this and now boom.
And then
If
rangefinder.
we connect this, control join. We now have mounted.
Right, so the normal British rangefinder is going to be at the top of this Queen Anne's mansion. Well, no, not the top, but like the bit where in reality they had rangefinders at.
I find British superstructure designs to be questionable at best. They're like the biggest targets to hit, except for the Germans, which have also big targets to hit. I mean, Bismarck
no,
and Duke of York.
I think the Pagonas actually would have been the worst in terms of potentially hitting.
Which has a bigger silhouette? Which one? Think about it. Which one has a bigger silhouette?
Pagona.
No. Do you know why it doesn't have the biggest silhouette?
Go ahead.
Because if we go on to, I'm going to go on to World of Warships because the only thing that's really accurate about World of Warships is the models themselves, except for the ones which are never existed. But like, if you look at Pagoda, they're literally a mast and then some platforms on them. The British literally built big fat blocks of living quarters and office quarters and everything else that is necessary in the superstructure, and they literally just put it there. It's a big block instead of like some holes here, a little gap there, over here some gaps, over there some gaps. Basically, everywhere and anywhere the shell can just fly through like nobody's business. I mean, if I look at the Duke of York and compare it to something like the Fuso, the Duke of York has totally a bigger superstructure. Or the Prinz Heinrich also has a big superstructure.
Okay, seeing as this is World War II and helicopters still aren't a thing right now.
Yes, they came way later,
Yep.
just like missiles and... Well, actually, one thing did exist, although I did not think they would have ever put it... Actually, no, actually, Germans did try putting V2 rockets on submarines, even though it's kind of stupid for the time speaking, because what were they going to do? Not much, considering rocket technology wasn't that developed at the time. The idea of putting something on something and then thinking that something will work, but not always expected.
Hold on a second, I'm...
Repulse is repulsive. Ahahaha. Ahaha. Wordplay. Ahaha.
Further apart.
Vittorio Veneto.
A Littorio class battleship.
No shit, Sherlock. Who knew? I wouldn't have, you know?
I'm just mentioning that to all the viewers who don't know Italian battleships.
I'm pretty sure they can Google it, because there's something called Google and everybody has access to it, you know?
Not
If somebody
everyone. People could be using Internet Explorer. Although I don't know why, because Internet Explorer really sucks, but...
I think Internet Explorer also works perfectly fine, especially when it comes to war topics. Like, Wikipedia and stuff like that is still relatively accessible in Internet Explorer, so it's not that hard. So honestly, what you have... everybody can access Wikipedia. Although, I think sometimes Wikipedia is the biggest well of misinformation than actual information.
Yeah, in some cases it can be filled with a lot of misinformation.
Yes, some cases though. Not saying all cases, but some cases. That's why everything you hear or see or know, take it with a pinch of salt, everybody. Take it with a big, big pinch of salt, because question everything. Question everything and anything that you think of and doing.
So I have the aircraft systems on Golden Hind, which... Although only shown having 3 here, Golden Hind actually has 4 aircraft.
Okay, where's the 4th one gonna be?
Wait, do I have to make it look realistic?
You're supposed to know where the...
Okay, 4th aircraft. There.
Okay, how's that? Oh, thank you.
With a separate crane. Although
yes,
I'm gonna
thank
have to now, You know what? I'll actually also move this crane off to the starboard, port side in front of the,
so it doesn't slip off like any other slippery slope of slewliness. Slidly loose.
That's there.
Montana.
There we go. That's the aircraft facility sorted.
Yes. I wonder where the weapons will come from and bombs. Or does the ship doesn't have bombs?
They do and everything, but
okay, then where's the bombs going to come from?
This thing has an elevator system in between the catapults.
Okay, display it. Display it.
You bastard.
Look, when I did my torpedo reloading system for that riverboat, I displayed it in full and total.
Okay,
And my
so I'm
destroyers
going
are
to...
also going to get.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to have a creative use of the... No, I didn't mean to paint... You know what, I'll paint all the planes black. Why not? I'm going to use creative use of the helipad here, actually.
Can't you use a something called
Adjustable hull.
adjustable halls? Ever heard of it?
I could have, but too late now, but... There we go.
See,
Elevator...
this is how lazy he is. Okay,
Elevator detailed in.
he's not even going to go out of his way to put a simple, basic, adjustable hull construction, which is theoretically the most easiest thing to do.
I did something even more simple and basic of just flip around a helipad and then paint that black and then move that down a small bit and booyah.
The laziness of this man is astonishing, to say the least.
Right, so
Zow.
now this area here, well, with the deck hatch so they could be accessed, would consist of
Zow.
mainly anti-aircraft weaponry. So, cabin door there, and then mirror. And then that leads out to the anti-aircraft deck. Which I'm actually going to have be done in 2 layers, actually. And then hull blocks are indeed the length of, well, the height of a staircase, so... Oh god, I need to redo this in a bit of a better way. Right, I'm not actually going to delete that message like I do with normal messages that appear in chats, but thanks, person in chat, although you're no longer here. Can't believe I only just noted that now. Right, so get the stairs back, and then at 0, 1 left, 1 to the right. OP,
Yeah.
you want to know one thing I slightly dislike about warships once they've been turned into museum ships?
What?
Is that they still have the steep staircases they had when they were in active service.
Oh, cry about it. You know, there are people who have to walk down those staircases every day. You know? I believe you are not fit for the military, my sir, my good sir, because you are not in the military.
I wouldn't
Silence.
even want to be in the military, like... The only
Not
way,
even if Russia were to attack your country.
The only way I'd be going into the military is if conscription happens because we go to war with Russia.
Yeah, see.
That would be the only way I'd be going
Although
into it.
you'd be going to war later than we would, because we're in Germany and Germany is closer to Russia than UK. Even
Yeah.
though UK is the one who's actually triggering lips a little bit more than expected. I mean, the balls on the British Prime Ministers are big, to say the least. I mean, how ballsy they are to go against the Russians.
It's Prime Minister. And then MPs, members of Parliament.
Yeah, whatever, I don't know.
Right.
They're just all out. Okay. One 27mm
Hold on a
armor, that's like nothing. It's like literal lighted
Is
armor.
there any other anti-aircraft guns I could use here that aren't Bofors?
9.
Like, I know there are other anti-aircraft weaponry systems than Bofors.
Vielleicht.
Question. Have you
Yeah.
at any point ever thought of making an anti-aircraft gun?
I have made anti-aircraft guns. It's not hard. Why asking?
I was just wondering.
I mean, all my guns are pretty much anti-aircraft guns. Just better, more
Dual
effective.
purpose.
Yeah, anti-aircraft guns are the same. All anti-aircraft guns are theoretically dual purpose. The
In
105.
theory, yes, but in actuality, they're not used as such.
Well, against motorboats, they are quite, against flimsy little motorboats, they're actually quite effective. You'd be astonished how many times the people would be very willing to use small guns against small boats. Like Somali pirate boats, and all those boats that are boating around, boating that they do not get destroyed. Hey, puns, and more puns.
Oh yeah, Italian 90mm guns are here.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to have those equipped at the sides of the funnels that don't have cranes attached to them. As ever since my introduction really to the Androidorias, I've just been having a like for the Italian battleship weaponry.
They're okay, I guess. It's not bad, it's not great.
Considering the fact that in a recent battleship division thing that's going on,
which is not reality, yes, carry on.
But the ships have been put to as close as humanly possible with the game to their...
As close as possible, meaning not at all the same bloody thing.
No, as in, like, the guns are pretty much the same.
Great.
Although with the Italian Androidorias, they had to go with 12, not 12.7s.
Bravo.
And... there was only, as well with the Strasbourg, they couldn't do the quad 130s, but other than that, for the most part, it was accurate.
A
And
game accurate to real life? My ass. No
out
game
of
can be recreate real life.
out of Renown, Congo, Strasbourg, Andrew Doria, and Scharnhorst, which one, in order from best to worst, do you think it ended up?
I don't know, or not. To be honest, I don't care. Also, what the hell is Andrea Doria, which is a battleship, not a battle cruiser, doing with ships like Congo, which is a battle cruiser, Scharnhorst, which is a bloody battle cruiser, and anybody who will argue with that may fucking go and die. And also, yeah. So, yeah,
It's
Andrea
just as
Doria is not a battle cruiser, unlike the Scharnhorst and the what
Scharnhorst,
was
Renown, Congo, and Strasbourg.
yes. So obviously she's gonna win because she's
No,
a
actually, Andrew
battleship.
Doria came second to Strasbourg. It went Strasbourg, Andrea Doria, Scharnhorst, Renown, Congo. Congo won nothing.
Well, she is old compared to ships like the
Andrea
Gneiss
Doria,
now.
Andrea Doria was also old.
Yes, but she's a battleship, okay, not a battle cruiser.
But she was old even for a battleship. The only reason she was really a great fighting unit in World War II and lasted as long as she did afterwards was because of her modernization before World War II.
Uh-huh.
I
You
think
know
her.
what modernizations do? Change shit. Congo was like, nah, bro, I don't change shit. Also, Congo has less guns than the Andrea Doria, so obviously, no. Less guns equals less damage output equals obviously not gonna win. Also, now that I'm looking at the armor layout, 220, 230, 250.
Here's a question I've been wanting to ask you for a while. What do you think is the best pre-Washington Naval Treaty battleship that actually went into service?
I cannot give an answer on that one for the simple reason being that I do not know all of the, you know,
For me,
battleships.
it's between the Nagatos and the Queen Elizabeths for pre-Washington Naval Treaty that actually went into service.
I mean,
Viewers watching this at this point,
New York does have some chance, you know? New York shouldn't be left out of the game.
well, yeah,
Im-
considering the fact that one of the class still exists today
Yes,
and is the oldest dreadnought type battleship left and second oldest battleship left of any type,
yeah.
only being beaten by the Mikasa, which is actually in
A
a
pre-dreadnought,
which is a
yeah.
pre-dreadnought, but is not in a good state in terms of the way it's being preserved because it's in concrete.
Yes!
And being in concrete for ships is not a good thing. Because although, yes, it does simulate the pressures of the sea around the ship and so doesn't make the decks collapse, it's going to cause problems with like the acidic stuff and everything.
Don't forget that I think it was the Texas is currently also not being housed in the greatest place.
Yeah, Texas isn't in like the greatest place because if she does leave her mooring, she does go out and has the possibility of being rammed by a cargo ship.
Not just that. Do you even know where she's currently placed at?
In dry
She's
dock.
in.
She's
Well, that too. But
she's
she
just
was in
dry
mud.
dock.
She was in mud. And mud would sunk.
So is North Carolina. Oh, well, I think it's North Carolina.
Sad they didn't
Washington's
keep one
sister
of
ship.
the. I really honestly think they should have kept the Des Moines. Made it into a.
They have Salem of the Des Moines class.
Yes, but like I'm talking like.
Des Moines herself.
Yeah. What other destroyers and ships are there that they could have salvaged?
Warspite, Eugen.
Eugen is irradiated. Nagato is somewhere in the ocean. Yamato is somewhere in the ocean. Thank you for suiciding.
Eugen's part somewhere in the upside down as well.
Well,
in the ocean.
I'm actually quite honest. I doubt they will salvage that part anytime soon because of how irradiated that part is currently.
But
Sadly, they scrapped the turpits. She should have been saved. I absolutely am for
as
that.
in, like,
The
the
turpits
wreck
was saved.
salvaged and then repaired and everything is what it means
Yes.
by saved. Because obviously,
Yes, the British decided it was a fun day and they decided, let's just kill a German ship for funds because why not? It's funny. Ah ha ha, look at me, I'm dropping a literal shell on the turpit. And she can do literally shit about it. Good luck trying to
Okay.
stop a nuke.
then the superimposement.
Oh, and by the way, I've got a design plan for a battle cruiser,
Okay.
which looks like the Fuso, but it has turtleback armor.
I would need to do one more battle cruiser design other than the Deku.
I would need to make like this battle cruiser design a hybrid design, another. So I don't know what it's going to be. Either a battleship, a battle cruiser, or a hybrid. I'm still kind of debating which one it's going to be.
As in, like a hybrid battle cruiser carrier.
No, I don't do that. That's a sacrilege. We do not do battlecruiser hybrid. Bleh. We only have hybrids or battlecruisers and battleships.
Okay, you might not want to then look at my HFS Kurt Hammett.
Why?
Ah, well, because that's a battle cruiser hybrid with an aircraft carrier.
But there's no battleship in it. As long as you're not mixing the words battleship and battlecruiser with each other, that's fine. As soon as you mix those two, I will freak out and get a literal schizophrenic attack.
Okay, I'm starting on the secondary battery now.
Okay.
Right, that needs to be moved to the right a bit more. And then check the... no. Check the rotation. Yep, the crane can still rotate easily without killing... well, yeah, without killing the firing arcs of the secondary guns. this superimpose setup is going to take a bit of time to fully set up, but well, at least this setting up here isn't going to take as long as setting up all the secondaries for the hydrogens did. Viewers, you would not know what I'm talking about yet. I'll only be informing you of what I'm talking about at a later date after this challenge is done. And Opie's just suddenly muted himself, so something's gone on behind camera for him. Or screen capturing software or whatever. Behind screen. I'll leave it at that. God. I need some music on. Hold on a second, viewers. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut you to the Another Failed Project logo. While I just set myself up some music because I just feel like listening to some music right now. Hold on a sec. I think I have the files to what I'm wanting the files to have up here. If not, I could always download it from by Discord. Yeah. What is taking Audacity so long to load up? Ah, there we go. No, it's not working. It's not stopped working. Please still stand by, viewers. God. Oh, look. It's just what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get tapes I have sent to myself of my music work, because that would be something that I could play music wise and not get copyright claimed, or when I do eventually get copyright claimed when the songs are actually released, it won't be as bad for me. Okay, what is going on? Windows button. Oh shoot, I've done something now. I've literally done something. I can't... I'm just... Right, okay. The Control-Alt-Delete I pressed is working. Shoot, something's happening, viewers. Task Manager. You're back to the Another Failed Project logo. God. What have I done? Things are literally going horrible right now. My CPU is being used up quite a... Oh, shoot. I think I might end this and go to XCOM. I think this might actually be the streaming that's causing this. Oh, God. Yeah, viewers